Welcome back to the shop. We had a little unboxing this morning to get a new burnisher, and now I'm gonna have to find a place for it in my shop. I don't know where I'm gonna put it, but for now, I'm just happy I can finally sharpen my scraper cards properly. I had like a smaller burnisher right here, which just didn't work. Like, it's tiny, it's useless. And you compare it to this thing, and it's like, oh yeah, a little bit different. In this case, size does matter. Today's plan, keep working on the Moravian, I can never pronounce it. Anyways, the workbench. Ooh, yeah. Let's get these lower dovetail structures up. So we have to get these two things pretty much the same size. I'm not too worried about thickness because honestly we're making a Frankenstein bench and we're using the materials we got. The dimensions, 22 inches long by 2.5 inches thick. I gotta square this one out. So I got a couple options here. Do I hand plane it down to 2 inches, 2.5 inches? Waste a lot of wood? Or do I saw it? This one has quite a bit more to take off. And this one has quite a bit less to take off. I might just try and plane this guy off. Just take out really aggressive cuts. If I had a bandsaw, this would be really easy. Super close to the line. So now we're just gonna check for square. We're perfectly square. That's rare. That's frickin' rare. If you don't have a table saw with a crosscut sled, a shooting board. That's how they used to do it. So here we go. Something always to remember, you gotta chamfer your ends. This prevents blowout. Mark out 22 inches. I bottomed out my dovetail saw, so go to a Ryobi. Check that out, perfectly square. These are going to be dovetails. Following these plans. They just have to be the same length, which is important. They don't have to be the same thickness. Too lazy to bring them down to the same thickness. Oh, they even get into like how much this should be and how much that should be. Why would you do it like that? It's so random. Okay. I know how to do dovetails, so I'm just gonna do dovetails. And an easy way to get a nice big dovetail, if you're doing a single dovetail, it's quite simple. You don't need to really mark anything out. You don't need to measure anything. A trick that I learned from Rosewood Studios in Perth, shout out to Ron, the man, is that you have your pencil, you have a chisel, and you pick a distance that is kind of comfortable, that you like. 1/4 of an inch, mark it, mark it, yeah. I did some quick math, and this distance needs to be 2 1/8. Grab this, grab your marking knife. We're just gonna pull this thing out till 2 1/8. You're always told to push it away from you as I pull it towards me. You know what woodworking is? Woodworking is simply doing a puzzle, but you have to make all your puzzle pieces. Now, do you remember these marks that we had here? What this tool does, you just desired angle, right? I know exactly that this is 7 degrees because I made it at 7 degrees. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer that over to this tool. So there's a little bit of finger gymnastics in woodworking. That's a pretty standard dovetail angle. This is my favorite type of woodworking, getting into this type of stuff. Now, we have to transfer these lines onto the end so we know where to saw. So we grab our little, I think this thing's called an engineering square. Easy. Always bring your square to your line or your pencil. Oops. There we go. Always mark what you're going to be cutting out because you don't want to cut on the inside of this and take all this out. So it seems to be that my right stroke is a bit more cowardly than my left stroke. My left stroke, see, is closer to the line than my right. It's like identical. All that means is more chisel work. But before I do that, you know what I honestly forgot to do? I forgot to mark the sides. Here, this black line, gotta make it perfect. By doing that, we practice a technique called paring. Super sharp chisel. What we're going to do is we're going to slide it I need a better desk, man. This thing's like, see that movement? Huh. I hate working with oak. I just hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I'm gonna sharpen the shit out of my tools and get them so bloody sharp. This frickin' oak is going to be mine. You guys have seen me sharpen my tools quite a few times, but the reason that I put these marks is so that when I bring it across the stone, it takes off the micro bevel, so I know that it's in the right spot. Knock off the burr. Should be able to cut. These are going to hold 2 of these together. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2. They're gonna go at the bottom. I have a bunch more to do. I'd like to say thank you so much for joining me again. It's Friday. Next week, we put a finish on the big old table. Ooh. And then we'll continue working on this workbench. So, have a great day, evening, and also have a great weekend. And I will catch you guys on Monday.